It's a terrible interface. There we go. I think that did it. All right. Can anybody see or hear me right now? Let me know. Testing, testing. Can you see or hear me? Seeing and hearing. Thank you, SolarPod. Beautiful. All right, excellent. Welcome to Paleontologizing, everybody. It is wonderful to have you here. Welcome back to the desert of eastern Utah. It's very hot out today. A little bit cooler than yesterday, actually, which is really nice. We are continuing work down there in the quarry. There's actually some plastering going on, so let's go check that out. If you're here for the very first time, then extra special welcome to you. My name is Danny Anduza. I'm a dinosaur paleontologist, and I stream fossil science here on Twitch. I'm here with a crew of paleontologists and volunteers out here in the Cedar Mountain Formation, earliest Cretaceous of eastern Utah. Broadcasting to you via satellite right now. There's the dish and the router and the solar panels. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go look at the plastering that's going on currently. We're going to catch the tail end of it, it looks like. Yeah. There we go. Nice. So we had a rib under there.
Some gypsona.
Yeah. So gypsonas are these kind of pre-plastered bandages, medical bandages.
So we put, this is just to protect it as we get ready to hack more rock around it to make a bigger pedestal to do a plaster and burlap jacket.
Yeah.
So we put down some toilet paper and wet it to cover, so that'll protect the bone from the plaster.
Call that a layer of separator, like some of you saw earlier in the summer when we were in Wyoming.
And by leaving a little rock exposed, I'll get the gypsum to actually stick to the rock.
Yeah, nice.
And then I will just give it a little smoothing. This stuff is nice and forgiving.
These are pretty sweet, these pre-plastered bandages, the gypsonas. Saves us a good deal of work not having to cut burlap strips. And
they're really nice for smaller jackets.
Yeah.
That if you use plaster and burlap, it would be like a little hand grenade that you'd have a hard time getting into.
Yeah.
But this, at least, once you get it back in the lab, it's pretty easy to cut into them. We will do, because of the awkward shape of this, we will do a plaster. It would take a lot of gypsum to make this solid enough to take out. But
yeah. And those things aren't the cheapest either, so yeah. But they're great for small bones.
Yeah, the thing is with this rock, the way it's so blocky, if you try to get a little too close, especially when you're getting down deep enough to pedestal this thing a little bit more, all these little blocks tend to fall out. They're all little shingle, kind of imbricated.
Yeah.
So this will just help keep this all together as we get a little bit closer. And then,
gotcha.
Yes. And it gives it a little extra protection too once we get the big burlap jacket on there.
Oh, and we have a very special viewer right now. Climber Cairn says, "Hi, it's Amy. Say hi to Don."
Hey, how you doing?
Awesome. Yeah.
Climber Cairn. I thought my sister was going to try to tune in too. That
would
be,
cool.
That would be Centipede Cairn in a different.
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
Hey, wish you were here. I know you probably are fine where you are. Actually, it's only like 100, maybe 101, so it feels...
yeah, we should check the thermometer,
but doable.
It does feel much cooler than yesterday. But, yeah, still not the most pleasant necessarily. I'm not going to tell you it's chilly or anything, because it's definitely not.
I wish it was chilly.
Yeah.
Better than yesterday.
Yeah. And, yeah, so this is a rib under here. Somebody was asking about that. So rib from this is another one of our iguanodontian ribs. Not a theropod rib, doesn't look like a sauropod rib. So yeah, very nice. I'm glad we were able to catch that before it was completely done. But yeah. Anyway, for anybody who's wondering what's going on, again, this is Paleontologizing, and we're out here digging in eastern Utah, kind of near the town of Moab. And this is a quarry that we've been working for several years now. A number of different dinosaurs have come out of this particular hole in the ground. So we're digging in deeper this summer and seeing what else we can find. Hopefully, with any luck, we'll find some overlapping bones with another iguanodontian dinosaur. By overlapping, I mean like we'll find bones from this critter that we already have of that critter, so we can compare them apples to apples and see if it's the same kind of dinosaur or if this is something new. So yeah, that's what we're up to here. Yeah, you know it's hot when 100 degrees feels cooler. There you go, Grammar Nerd. Yes. Yeah. The mother of all broadcasts. There you go, weird adult. And Claire Burr, how are you doing, Claire? Good to see you. Welcome back. Yeah. So yeah. Toilet paper as separator, such high-end technology. I know, right, Nen Player? Only the finest precision scientific equipment here. But we do actually have some really cool equipment. This grid is actually really neat. Maybe we'll ask Don about this in a little while. But that is a super cool grid, and I'm going to be excited to talk about it. Yeah, anyway, Fisher's over here digging away, trying to find some more bones. We've not had much luck over here yet, but chances are the bones are going to be a little bit deeper in this area. It seems the quarry is sloping downward as we go toward the quarry wall. So, yeah. Anywho. Ooh, have you got something, Ethan?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Sure do.
Ooh. Oh.
Fossilized something here.
Take a look at that. That is promising. This just happened in the last,
What'd it be?
15 minutes, probably?
Yeah, what'd it be?
Nice.
What'd it be, man?
If I had to guess, I'd probably say another rib, but...
I don't know.
Let's say it's skull. We need to find some skull. Yeah.
Could be anything here now.
Yeah, very nice. Holy cow, we've been streaming for 11 minutes, already have 153 viewers. This is pretty awesome. This is my favorite kind of science outreach, you know? Being able to show rather than just tell. You know, bring people along for the action. Very cool. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff.
Yeah, we can show the one that we did an hour or two ago, and see that's nice and solid already. So this was the area. Some people were here yesterday. Probably saw
we've got a bit of a jacket on there already.
Yeah, so there was a little thing on top. Actually, I do think it's a piece of a neural arch. So part of the
very nice.
As I looked at it a little more.
Okay.
You see, this is already it's sitting on top of this shaft of femur. So just to keep it stable, I put gypsum on that, and you can see in this weather it hardens things pretty quickly.
How recently did you put that on?
I put it on probably just before lunchtime. So yeah, it has been
about an hour.
Yeah, a little 2 hours worth.
2 hours,
but it goes pretty quick. We do use the extra fast.
Oh yeah, we had lunch at 1 o'clock, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so,
2 hours.
Yeah,
Time flies.
So that's on that. There's a little bit of bone right here under it, a little piece of shaft. And this thing, you know, we talked about how we think there's probably some trampling.
Yeah.
Which is why some of this stuff. And then this is one of the few sites that we know for sure had a large sauropod dinosaur walk, at least in this vicinity, because he got stuck right over there, and it got his hind limb stuck in the mud and perished and disarticulated, and we got most of the skeleton of that.
Yeah.
Let me grab my brush here. So it's a little, my housekeeping been a little dirty here. As Amy would say, you sweep dirt and then you sweep some more. And you know what happens when you sweep dirt in the desert? There's always more dirt, no matter what you do. There's a little shaft here, a little piece of fragment. There's somebody here, a little bone that dark. I don't know, maybe
almost looks like a cervical rib or something.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, could be something like that. A little blob that I don't quite know yet. And then this is that.
Is that a tib?
Maybe tibia.
Yeah.
That when we found this piece at the end here, we thought that. I thought maybe it was part of the same element and been stepped on, but this actually looks more like a rib.
That definitely looks like a rib head.
You can see this edge there, yeah, rib head, and there's the thin part of the rib. And then here's the tibia shaft.
It's got that kind of twistiness.
Yeah,
it looks like a tibia.
I'm thinking, yeah. And so it's going to go underneath this rib. I'm going to work around. And then I think I pointed out yesterday we had the kind of the cliff wall like we see here. was actually right here.
Right, yeah, you did some jackhammering.
I did some jackhammering to get some of that back.
Nice.
We're feeling pretty confident that above this main bone layer that there's just little fragments. So there's a few things, but I felt instead of spending the whole day doing this by hand, I got out the heavy artillery, which is sitting right up there.
Yeah, the Hilti right there.
With the electric generator. So it just, we try to work smarter, not harder, especially when it's 100 degrees.
Yeah, shoot.
And so I need to just work around. You saw the little pedestal around the rib. We're going to have to do a similar thing. So I have quite a bit of work to do here to get deep enough around, and I'll probably be hitting more bones as I go.
We've got a user asking, what's the protocol for removing rock? Like only go down an inch at a time? Or you just start hacking away at it until you find something?
We try to go somewhere in between there.
Yeah,
if
methodical.
We're close to the bone, like as I'm going around this, I'm pretty certain there's going to be more bones lateral to this. So then I'll go down with the ice pick and the hammer, doing it nice and slowly, also keeping things clean.
Yeah.
So we tend to always have our brush nearby. So if I'm, before I'm even going to use the ice pick, I want to clean all this up. So we tend to find bones by hitting them. But if you have a nice clean surface and you're paying attention, you'll hopefully see them when you haven't done too much damage.
Yeah, or you just peel up a little bit of rock.
A little bit of rock. We do
there it
also try to put the rocks in the bucket. So on my next time, and I realized, oh, I did hit a bone, and there's a few pieces that are missing. I only have to look through the bucket instead of, if I just toss it, then I have the whole quarry area. Not so good. So an area like this, I'm gonna go nice and easy, keep a clean area, and just do little taps. Just a little bit, just to bring it up, and then keep it nice and clean. But as I said, I was feeling pretty confident that this upper stuff only has a few little fragments. So I didn't go totally crazy with the jackhammer. I tried to at least just break it up, and then I went through it by hand to look through. But you have to find that happy medium between spending all day moving rock and not actually finding anything. Or going too far down and hitting a bone. So
something that comes with experience. And
I was thinking what we need is some little smaller battery-powered rotary jackhammer, rotary drill.
That would be kind of cool, actually.
I could just like. So that one's a little heavy.
That one over there is that's pretty serious.
Sites we've actually had to use a full-on jackhammer,
like a big Makita one. That's what I've used in the past in the Hell Creek for overburden. Yeah.
Luckily, my wrists don't really like that. Doing those heavy things anymore.
And holy cow, we got a raid from was it Astro Canuck? Thank you, Astro Canuck, for the raid. Welcome to Paleontologizing. How did your stream go? I hope it was really, really good. Or no, was it Genetics GSA? Hang on a minute. The Genetics Society of America. A different GSA than we're used to. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Genetics GSA.
Geological Society of America.
Yeah, the Geological Society of America is our GSA. Yeah. Well, awesome. It's great to have you here. Welcome to Paleontologizing. We're doing some field paleontology here. Digging up some dinosaurs.
90% brushing the desert.
Yeah. So for those of you who are new, Don DeBlue here is the Assistant State Paleontologist for the great state of Utah. Discoverer of such dinosaurs as Diabloceratops and Iguana colossus. And Yurgavuchia actually came from, is it from this hole or from right nearby?
Just over by the road there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was some of the very first bones we found when we found the site where it turned out to be the whole type of Yurgavuchia.
Very cool. Yeah. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, a lot of iguanodont dinosaurs here. I think all the stuff we've been finding around here, I think are all iguanodont.
Yeah, similar to iguanodon, if you're familiar with that one.
We did get a few little theropod pieces.
Yeah.
And the sauropod was not too far away, so there's a chance for more of that.
Very cool. Oh yeah. Anyway, if you've got any other questions, don't hesitate to ask, everybody. 222 people watching right now. Not too shabby for being only 18 minutes into the stream. Yeah. Fisher's hard at work right there. Moving some rock. got something going on. The bone is here, and I still really haven't found anything of interest over here yet, but this might be the last place we find anything because it's plunging in that direction. Let me set the camera down and get back to work. IRL Meme says, can you tell us about dinosaur eggs? What do you want to know about dinosaur eggs? We don't have any from this site, but as far as we know, all species of dinosaurs laid eggs. None of them gave live birth, kind of like with birds today. And the largest dinosaur eggs are a little bit smaller than like a soccer ball or a football, depending on where you're from. Yeah, we have a few dinosaur egg sites here in Utah, I suppose. There's, shoot, yeah, that dinosaur egg site that Jim took us to a couple years ago.
Yeah, over on the side.
Yeah, is that Cedar Mountain or is that a different formation? Yeah, so that's... Oh, nice. I know that was a thing for a long time, is we didn't know if dinosaurs were ever laying their eggs in the Morrison Formation or if they were like migrating elsewhere to do it or something. But so it's cool that we've got Morrison eggshell now. The Morrison Formation is from the late Jurassic. That's some of your favorite dinosaurs like Stegosaurus, Diplodocus, Allosaurus, Camptosaurus, Dryosaurus, of course, king of the dinosaurs. All from the Morrison. And for a long time there wasn't any dinosaur eggshell known from that formation, but apparently we've got it now. So that's pretty cool. So even here in Utah, we've got bits of dinosaur egg. And IRL memes, how rare are dinosaur eggs? It depends where you're at. Some places there's eggshell all over the place. In other places there's none. Eggshell is probably one of those things that requires specific chemical conditions to preserve. But no, we're not likely to get any kind of genetic material out of that, because DNA just doesn't last that long. The last of the non-bird dinosaurs went extinct 66 million years ago. DNA doesn't seem to last any longer than like maybe close to 1 million. So there's not much hope of ever getting dinosaur DNA. Unless it's from, you know, a modern day bird. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff. What about permafrost? That's from much more recent IRL memes, and that would be from like the Pleistocene, from like the last ice age. Yeah, but even there, I think it's really difficult to get DNA from stuff like mammoths or woolly rhinoceros. Yeah. Anyway, dump this bucket out and adjust our camera a little bit too. Science Streamers, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. You brought that GSA raid, didn't you? Great to have you here, Belinda. What equipment am I using today?
This will be easy to take out, yeah.
My rock hammer, an awl, and whisk broom, feed scoop, soft brush, and oyster knife. These are going to be my main pieces of equipment for today. Is it okay if I take this nose off right here, Ethan? Yeah. Okay.
Let's hammer the nail down again.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do a little bit of I've got some stuff here.
these, I should not be doing this, lifting this up, don't let Dawn see. But these nails are really, really important for data at this site. We've got a whole grid system established to be able to map out where each of the bones are from, how they're arranged, all that good stuff. And so this is how we keep track of that with these nails that are hammered into the quarry. But occasionally when you're digging through the rock, you gotta move the nails because, well, you're digging in past where the nails are hammered in. So I'm gonna very carefully put this back exactly where it was in a lower layer. Let's see, this right here. And Lordy, how are you doing? Good to have you here. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah. IRL Memes wants to know, do ancient insect exoskeletons fossilize much? Or the majority of ancient insects found trapped in amber? That's a good question. I don't know about the proportion of preserved insects in like limestone to amber, but there's a lot from both. Sometimes it takes really specific conditions to preserve an insect. You get them in what we call like Lagerstätten, and really special fossil assemblages where you get a lot of soft tissue preservation. So the same sorts of environments that might preserve dinosaur feathers or mammal fur or even soft tissue like guts and stuff in limestone, you also get insects. Places like Solnhofen in Germany or the Yixian Formation in Liaoning, China. Really well known for their excellent preservation. You get a lot of insects there too. And these will be like flattened insects, almost like you squashed a bug inside a dictionary and it just dries out in there. You get that between these bits of limestone that you split. Oh, there's a beautiful fossilized insect just pressed into that. You probably found some fossil insects before, right, Ethan?
Never.
Never? Really? I actually don't know if I have either.
I'm flattered that you think I have.
I mean, you've done a lot of field work before.
Yeah. Insect king.
You have to have found some insect burrows or something at some point.
Oh, surely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of ancient insect groups. Well, a lot of insect groups where their earliest known occurrence is what we call a trace fossil. So it'll be like a particular kind of bite mark on a leaf that we know a particular kind of insect makes today. We don't have any body fossils of those insects going back to the Cretaceous or something, but you do find leaves with those kinds of bite marks. But yeah, insects can be hard to fossilize, so sometimes you need to get creative and how you look for them, I guess. And Bahasmancer says, is there a big difference in how hard it is to work different types of rock? Absolutely, yeah. This kind of mudstone is probably, I don't know, maybe kind of middle of the road in terms of how easy it is to work, or how hard it is to work. Sometimes you get really good fossil preservation in like a soft sandstone, and it just, you can just dig through it with your fingers, and it's like a dream when you've got really good bone preservation in there. And sometimes the matrix surrounding rock is much tougher than the actual fossil bone is. That could be really frustrating. Really, really hard concreted sandstone can be a real pain to work in. So yeah.
Yeah, so then we'll go. You probably want a pedestal probably like twice as much as it is now. 4 inches or something. And then we'll do.
Thanks, Cheese Mo Mixolo. I appreciate the kind words. We are doing well out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And IRL memes, it depends which kind of plants you're talking about, but a lot of plants have really good fossil records. You get nice pressed leaves in limestones, or even in mudstones, or sandstones, I suppose. But I'm not a paleobotanist, so I'm not necessarily, I can't speak on that with any kind of authority. But I do know we get really, really nice fossil plants all over the world at different sites. Soft leaves and stuff preserved in the rock. Fossilized, of course. Really cool. Those could be tremendously important, because if you want to figure out what an ancient ecosystem was like, and figure out what the climate was, then you look at the plants. Do they have drip tips that tell you that it was a really wet environment and these plants need to be dripping water off their leaves to keep from getting, destroyed by rainwater? Or, I don't know, they have a kind of morphology that shows that it's a temperate environment or a really dry environment. Plants can tell us so much. Yeah. Jim just tried to send me a Twitter message and it's not coming up. Buggy. Come on now. I assume it's something to do with the stream.
And tell him that Ethan was impressed by the interview. Now. You should not say anything bad about anybody. My dad said, if you don't have anything good to say, then you should go and talk.
Ariel means, do I believe in the theory that life originated from an asteroid in outer space? I really don't have anything to add on that. Shoot. That's well outside my area of expertise. Abiogenesis has very, very little to do with paleontology, honestly. Like, at least the kind of paleontology that I do. So yeah, I don't know. There we go. Eric the banana, how are you doing? Welcome. It's good to have you here.
How's it going over there? Good. Okay.
What's that?
I said, what casters?
I'm looking for the thick.
Yeah, I gave you some picks.
Oh, thank you.
See, I'd be curious to see if I put some in the thin, and the dropper's actually really nice. I'd be curious if the thick will still pour after.
Pretty thin, thick, so
Let's
hopefully.
try the other one. Try the other one.
I think this is the thickness that I need. Get some
I'm
thickness.
curious to see if it'll still drip out or whether it's cleaned.
You got a drip, mate?
Still, that seems to be working, huh? Cool.
Oh, speaking of shirts like you wear, would you like to show off your 5K
Oh,
shirt today? Don's got like a different 5K run shirt every single day out here.
So most paleontologists have a like Dinosaur National Monument shirt, dinosaur shirts. But I've been a road runner for almost 40 years, so I did about 500 races in my career. So first they're a dress T-shirt, when they're depending on how nice they are, and then eventually they become a field shirt. So yeah,
Nice.
a rotation, which is 2009. Oh, I did the judges run for quite a few years. A gentleman
nice.
put it on. His wife was a judge who died of breast cancer, so he had like a
Oh, okay.
charity run. It was just in Sugarloaf, not too far from my house. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
lots of field running shirts.
Do you remember this particular one? Was it any stories from that, or?
No,
you've done
I did
so
it
many,
a
they
bunch of
probably all
years
bleed
in a
you.
row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
I usually always manage to get on the podium though, so that was important.
Oh, very nice. Wow, shoot. What's your fastest like 5K? You think?
Oh, well, back in the day, I used to do like 17-minute 10K, 5Ks, and
Wow.
35-minute 10Ks. But now, in my advanced state of age, I just ran a 25-minute.
Yeah, Don's got to be what, like 42 now?
A 25-minute 5K in Park City on the 4th of July. So, so yeah,
Nice.
I'm over the hill of speed for sure.
Should bring over your bike at some point too. I guess you didn't bring it this morning.
No, I just hiked over.
Yeah, Don's got he brought his mountain bike out here to ride out to the quarry every day.
Yeah, so I've been getting in a half a mile every day riding. So a half hour would be good, but it's been so hot I haven't felt any desire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flee to Park City for a few days, and then I can. Where riding a bicycle is a reasonable thing to do. So.
Oh, and we've got a potato raid going on. Spudley TV.
Potato raid.
Yeah. Thank you for the raid. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you here. Shoot, that reminds me, we got to find something to do with all those potatoes that we have in camp before they go bad.
We could donate them to the Spud Parade.
We could. Yeah.
Spudsters?
Potato cannon.
That could be nice.
Anyway, how'd your stream go? Welcome to Paleontologizing. We're here digging up some dinosaurs in eastern Utah, and glad you could be here. Yeah. We could plant them and have more potatoes next year. Well, that's the thing, Dr. Javasaurus. They would perish so quickly out here. Holy cow, this is a dry part of the world. Not really your ideal potato habitat.
Every year is a potato.
That's right, yeah. Perpetual potato famine here in Graham County. There you go, yeah.
Probably worked well.
Makes sense.
I gotta explore what's under that burlap covered persona.
Yeah, that little bump right there is going to be great.
Yeah. And that's got a lot of room for inside. And then
Let me adjust our camera a little bit more.
Does your phone thing on your arm show you what the camera sees?
No, that's chat right there, yeah. And the camera sees mostly everything. It's a fisheye lens, so it's got a pretty wide view. Yeah. Yeah. And Mascar, we are, I need to make a command about what are we digging here. But there have been a number of different dinosaurs that have come out of this particular hole in the ground right here. We were working here last summer. Fisher was working here the summer before. So was Don and Ethan. This has been a very productive site, so we're just digging down, see if we can find more of this iguanodontian dinosaur. And maybe more of this theropod, meat-eating dinosaur. Where, shoot, if we can find that, that will 1000% be a new species, new genus.
Yeah.
Be very exciting. So yeah.
Right on.
Anyway. Yeah.
Karen said, I see you.
And Cliff, the self-aware AI. We're not expecting to find any Diplodocus here. Diplodocus went extinct just before this point in the rock record of Utah. Diplodocus is from the Morrison Formation, the late Jurassic period. And we are now in the very beginning of the Cretaceous, so you just missed Diplodocus. I'm sorry. You're a couple million years too late.
Dan, I'm going to come in. I guess my sister's tuned in from New Hampshire. Hey, Karen.
Awesome. I must have missed her.
I don't know. She texted me. Said
Okay. Cool.
Go out to your little dock and jump in the lake for each of us, please.
Oh. Yeah, shoot. It's hot out here. How hot is it? All right. Bring out the old or new thermometer / humidity meter. Psychrometer, it says. Oh boy. Anybody want to take any guesses?
103.
102.
104. Yeah, 0.1.
Yeah, but the wind makes it feel only like 100.
Nice. Balmy 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Here, let me show you, chat. There we go. Yeah. So glad I got this thing. Thanks for bringing this, Ethan.
Come on.
Yeah. It's had a burst of inspiration at one point. I'm like, I should get a thermometer for Corey.
Just to know exactly how miserable we are.
Let's quantify our misery.
That always helps, right?
Oh yeah. Misery loves data.
I've heard of digs that don't allow thermometer.
Yeah. Yeah. Modern Meerkat says, when you go to bed at night, do you dream about dinosaurs or rocks? Like in general, yes, always, every single time. Dream about icebergs and Slurpees and popsicles. Catharsis Gaming, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Your bestie sent you here. Well, thank them for us. Would you maybe find a new dinosaur? I mean, we're digging up now trying to figure out if it is new or not. There is at least one new dinosaur in this quarry. The theropod that we found a bit of last summer. So we're trying to find more of that. Then our main dinosaur, this iguanodontian, might also be new. Got some root there. And I need to cut my nails. You ever get that when like your nails get a little bit too long and it's just a little bit irritating as you're scratching through the rock? Yeah.
Camp nails.
Yeah, camp nails. Yeah. Yeah. And yes, new is in an undiscovered species, Musa Musa. Yes, indeed. Yeah. many new dinosaurs did Jim said came out of Utah in the past 30 years? Like 100?
It went from 20 to 130, something like that.
Holy cow! Yeah.
Since the 90s, I believe, or since before we started working here.
So Jim Kirkland will be here in a couple days, and he'll be eager to talk about how we're currently in the golden age of Utah dinosaur paleontology. Frozen Yak says the volunteers must be just off camera using the hammocks and the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's not like we're here digging in front of you right now.
Looks like the
That's why we put it in the shade trap so that nobody can leave.
Yeah, there you go. Stuck here under the shade. The only place we can survive. Oh, that's going to be a great question for Jim there, Dr. Terra. Why did the transition from Jurassic to Cretaceous cause such a drastic change of fauna? Well, it didn't cause the change in fauna, you know, the change of the name, but yeah.
Oh, crap, it's the Cretaceous.
Oh no, everyone die! It's the Cretaceous now. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a good question. We still don't really know what caused that faunal turnover event. It's part of what maybe we can help figure out here in some small way, working at this quarry. Because this is one of the oldest dinosaur-bearing Cretaceous quarries in the world, I think. Is this the only Berriasian dinosaur quarry in North America? Or dinosaur...
Possibly, yeah.
This area? Yeah. We're here at like the very, very bottom... Or... Yeah, very bottom of the Cedar Mountain Formation, pretty much. But yeah, what would cause all these dinosaurs like Stegosaurus and Diplodocus, Allosaurus to go extinct? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Maddie, your family says hi.
Oh.
Yeah.
I should say hi.
Yeah, there's Maddie right there. She found some bones earlier, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did those turn into anything?
Still
Neat?
figuring that out.
Still figuring that out.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. And let's see. Spudley TV, who had the potato raid, they want to know how many years of combined paleontologizing experience do you have amongst the crew? That's a good question.
Do I count as 0 or -1?
Yeah, you'd be like a week at this point.
Yeah, I count as a week.
So 1 week, 2 weeks. Fisher, you've got 3 summers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
what,
see.
3.3 at this point?
3.3 summers, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, shoot, I don't know how to actually...
Don't make him do math.
Don't make me do math. No, I'm not a mathematician.
Jim's got 50, but he's not here yet. But
Yeah, if we just make it... Let's just round up to a year, I guess, for a field season. That'd make it easier. So, probably like... 10... Ethan, you've got like 10 or 11 years of field
10
experience.
years, yeah.
So that's 20 right there. Dawn's got 35? Okay. Yeah, so that's 55 years plus Fisher's 3, so that's 58. Plus Jim. Jim would have more than 50 because his is 50 on the Colorado Plateau, right? Was he digging dinosaurs or doing paleo before
I don't
that?
think he dug dinosaurs before that. I mean, his first time digging dinosaurs was, I think, the year 0.
Okay,
That
gotcha.
was on the plateau, so
Yeah.
I think it's probably total 50 for dinosaurs in general.
Yeah. So when Jim gets here, that'll be 108 years of experience on this crew. Which is...
Wait, what?
I mean, if we round up each summer to a year.
It kind of feels like
It'd be 50 years.
Well, plus Jim.
Oh, everyone combined.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I was
Yeah,
like,
so,
wait, I don't think Jim is that old.
You're getting older by the minute out here, buddy.
So yeah, 108 years, I guess, total between all of us.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Oh, and Marisa's here. She says, "This is Marisa. How's my little area coming along?"
Uh-oh.
Really
I
well.
don't want to show her
Oh yeah.
because she's gonna go, "What? Holy crap! Look at all that stuff."
There's a lot of bone over there. Yeah. Yeah. It's going well. Marisa, how are you doing? Can you give yourself a shout out? What's is it ancientodysseys.com? I don't remember if there's a hyphen there or not, but type that into chat and yeah. If anybody's looking to do volunteer work at a paleontological or an archaeological site, yeah, it's a good way to find some cool stuff. Yeah. Marisa says, "I know Dawn misses me." Yeah.
Yeah, ask her how her fingernails are doing. Nice and clean.
Yeah.
Inside do.
Yeah. Very cool. Thank you, Marisa. Put the URL in there. CCTV user wants to know who gets the rights to name a new species of dinosaur should one be discovered. There's not really like a formal way of determining that. It's more like if you've got good material, then you go ahead and describe it.
If you, as in the scientist who discovers the fossil,
Yeah, there you go.
or whose team discovers the fossil.
So sometimes it might be the head of a laboratory, like the principal investigator, the PI. It might be the crew chief. It might be whoever runs that lab. Yeah, or sometimes people just go through a museum collections and they happen to find something that looks like it's new, and they study it and they publish on it, and then they can name it. I guess the most simple way to answer that question would be like whoever publishes it first gets to name it. Yeah. It's difficult to generalize about this, I suppose. There's a lot of exceptions and a lot of different ways it can go.
And tell Marisa to give a shout when she's going to leave, and we can maybe show her her area.
Oh, okay, yeah. Marisa, if you are going to take off pretty soon, let us know. And we can show you where you were working. What it looks like now. Hothsby says, "I love the stream. What made you choose that spot?" So this particular hole has been yielding dinosaurs for a number of different years. Including last summer, we were working right here. And now we're digging in deeper trying to find more. I need to make a command for that question, because that's one of our most common ones. And CCTV, I'm glad you're enjoying the streams. It's great to have you here. Yeah. Rincano says, "For me, it's so interesting that there aren't many robots in this work to support you guys. Probably because there is no money in it." There you go.
Well, they're also.
Maybe if they could send out a robot cook, that would be...
A robot cook would be really nice, yeah.
It's just a fridge that has little arms.
I like that Don is more excited about a robot cook than having any of us cook. You try and cook in this camp, and Don is like, "You're not doing it right." Here, let me do that.
It's all going to change tomorrow. Lord of the Flies.
The monkey with the tambourine comes out tomorrow.
So Don's going to be going home, and then we're going to have one evening where it's just us, and then Jim shows up the next day. So we'll probably just do burgers that evening or something. Something simple.
Or human flesh.
Or human flesh. I would say count me out of that, but that would probably just mean that you would eat me.
Yeah.
And Baja Spencer, so these, we're digging on federal land here, so these fossils all belong to the American people. So we are digging these up for scientific study and repositing in a museum. These are going to go to the Natural History Museum of Utah in Salt Lake City. And are we down to the bone layer yet? Apparently not yet, SP, not yet. The bone layer kind of plunges in this direction. Ethan's got a bone right there. It's looking interesting. Let me know when you're ready to show that off.
Oh, there's not much. I think I've gotten around it. It's pretty small. Okay. But it means we're in the right place.
Yeah. Can I bring the camera close? You can take a look.
It's sort of, yeah. I mean, you can show, but there's nothing really new. I think we have the perimeter of it.
Okay.
It's a little rectangle.
Yeah, let's take a look. See how close I can get without moving the encoder. There we go. Right there, at the brim of Ethan's hat. There's a bone sticking up right there. Yeah. I don't know what that might be. We do get kind of loose bits of bone just above the main bone layer. They would have been just kind of floating around in the mud, I suppose. A lot of stuff in this site has been kind of turbated, it seems. There's a process that we sometimes talk about called dino-turbation, and that means that a dinosaur was walking through and just kind of scattered things around. Maybe trampled the bones. So we've got some dino-turbation at this site, for certain. And that might be part of what explains that isolated bit right there. Yeah. Put this here to keep our camera out of the sun.
Hey, what does this look like to you?
Definitely doesn't look like bone. You're talking about the yellowish stuff, or
this is bone. This is bone. Really? This is an imprinted bone, and then here is came from in the rock.
You want the hand lens?
That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
There.
Here. That's bone.
Oh yeah, that's it.
This is rubbery stuff. Here's some of the bone that came out of it there. Right underneath the
That's not in great shape.
Well, it's the mud.
Yeah.
The mud and the orange. Let's see if this is the 2%.
Oh, and we're getting another raid. Holy cow. Oh, Mist, thank you so much for the gift subs there. I really appreciate that. And General Stay, thank you for the raid. How did your stream go? I hope it was excellent. Welcome back to Paleontologizing, where we're digging up some new dinosaurs here. Good stuff. Yeah. Playing something called Total War Shogun 2.
That's a great game.
Oh, have you played it?
Yeah, the Total War series are out.
Huh.
Real-time battles, huge global map. Turn-based strategy game with real-time battles. It's awesome.
Huh. Now that's one where it's like top-down, like you've got a view of the battlefield and you can move units around and stuff.
You can zoom in like up first person almost. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Pretty awesome.
That sounds neat.
If you like gore and history, it's your game.
And thank you, Reaganation, for that gift sub there. I appreciate that very much.
Reaganation.
Big ups to the Reagan Nation.
Raygun.
Here, let me take a look at that too. If you've got. I don't want to. You've been working on it. I want to hold it in the wrong way and
So
it'll fall apart.
if it could be a series of teeth. Here.
That looks like a pebble to me.
Well, there's one of those is a pebble. So,
yeah, okay, I was looking at the pebble.
Yeah. All the bone around here is coated.
Yeah, that is kind of weirdly toothy. It almost looks like a really eroded croc tooth or something.
Well, if it's a tooth, there's like 3 in a row.
Which is
That would be
really rad. Rad, not bad.
I'm just trying to wait for this to dry out so I can glue it. But it's all here, and none of the pieces are gone.
Uh-huh. Huh. Yeah, if these are teeth, that's definitely worthy of some gypsona time.
got the stuff over here.
Huh. Cool.
Sweet.
That is Ethan working on that right now and not me. Trying to do this and stream at the same time. Yeah.
Do you ever stream lab work? Danny,
What's that?
do you ever stream lab work?
Lab work? Not really, no. I haven't really done a lot of work in the lab since... Shoot.
Ethan and I have
Oh, yeah.
Streamed?
work in the lab.
Oh, yeah. Haven't streamed there yet, though. Maybe, are you going to be driving back to California, right?
I will be, but I'm probably going to be going straight back from here.
Gotcha.
Out west through Utah. I don't know if I'll be going back up through Salt Lake.
Nice.
But maybe next year.
That would
Yeah.
be some exciting live TV.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Fossil prep.
Hey.
Let the air scribe.
Actually, if you can see under the scope, I think you probably want to find out.
I do have a microscope camera.
Mike Eklund had a great time lapse of him preparing a Green River bat with an air bracelet.
Oh,
Going just like that.
very neat. Those are not common either, right? Bats, I think, are pretty rare. I think the oldest bat in the world is from Green River, isn't it? Yeah, it's like what's it called, Fisher?
I don't know. Paramicturus?
Yeah. Okay. It's got an eye and a black glimpse or something. I don't know. Not a mammal guy. What was it again?
Like Icarus, Icaro-Nycterus.
Icaro-Nycterus. That's a cool name, actually. Wow. I shouldn't have been making fun. Flew a little too close to the Green River.
Do you have that hand lens with you?
Let's put it back. Let me get it again.
Oh, sorry, dude.
No, you're good. I'll just keep it out.
Thank you.
There you go, yeah. And Great Sag says, what's the first thing that happens when you spot a fossil? Do you jump for joy? Do you calmly tell everybody else? I guess you'll have to wait and see.
I go, hey Ethan, is this a bone?
Now, the first thing that we do is we do the bone dance, and then you sing the bone song. But that's like a secret paleontologist ritual, so we'd have to turn the camera off if that happens. The uninitiated are not allowed to see that.
Create a gratitude shrine.
Oh, Reganation, thank you for that gift sub there. I appreciate that very much. Yeah. Can't install COD. Having some fish problems. So what do you guys think about the Tully monster? I think it's very scary. No, I don't know, like, where does it fall out? Is it a vertebrate? Is it a mollusk? Is it a something? I don't really have a strong opinion on that. I don't know. Yeah. Fisher, you have thoughts on Tully monstrum?
Not really scientifically informed ones, but
yeah,
based on its morphology, I kind of doubt it's a vertebrate.
Yeah. Be a really weird vertebrate if it were. Yeah. I could kind of see it being something worm-like, but I don't work on invertebrates, so who cares what I think? Yeah.
It reminds me a bit of Opabinia.
Yeah, with the nozzly mouth thing. Yeah. What about you, Justin? Any thoughts on the Tully monster? Not to put you on the spot. If you don't, that's okay. I can explain to chat what a Tully monster is. So, there's this really weird critter from, yeah, from the Maison River Formation, I think? Maison something?
Maison Creek.
Maison Creek, thank you.
Pennsylvania, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Really, really bizarre creature. Pennsylvanian would put it at like 310 million years old or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like around the same time that you've got the first amphibians coming up onto land and doing their thing. Got this really weird thing in the water, and its body is like vaguely fish, or maybe kind of like fusiform, almost teardrop shaped. It might have like finny things on it, and it's got this like long trunk on the front with a mouth, and the eye stalks coming out of the sides of its head. It's incredibly strange, and nobody really knows what to make out of it.
I mean, there's some deep-sea fish that have some really weird larval forms with big eye stalks and stuff.
But do they go up horizontally like that?
Like super, like weird horizontal eye stalks. So
Uh-huh.
it could be like a larval form of some weird marine fish.
It's just hanging out in the shallows in freshwater when it's a larva, and then goes out to sea and gets to be 50 feet long or something.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
That's an
not a bad
interesting
idea,
thought.
honestly.
Yeah.
My,
Then you wouldn't be able to.
non-professional opinion.
Yeah, thinking ontogenetically. I love it. Yeah. Ontogeny. Yeah. But yeah, it's not a Sesame Street character, despite its name. No.
It could be. Could be one.
It should be a Sesame Street character.
I mean, they have Mammoth Primigenius as a Sesame Street character.
Snuffleupagus is a woolly mammoth?
Yeah? I mean, what else is he supposed to be?
Maybe a gomphothere?
No. I mean, I guess he could be a mastodon. That would make him a gomphothere.
Actually, mastodon would make more sense. He doesn't really have the really tall withers like a mammoth, does he? I don't actually know.
Who knows what's enough?
Yeah. I could see mastodon. Anyway, we need more ancient Muppets. Yeah. CCTV user says, you just know these guys have posters of Jurassic Park on their bedroom walls. I actually don't.
Definitely don't.
No.
No, I don't.
What about you, Justin? Do you have a Jurassic Park poster on your bedroom wall?
No, I have the UGS Allison skull though.
Very nice, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Jurassic Park poster is a little bit... It's a little too basic, I guess, you know? Get on our level.
They have like 10 Jurassic Park t-shirts.
Oh, really? I had one at one point, and it must have been Target or Walmart or both, where they just started selling them left and right, and now everybody has one.
Walmart has, like, they always have like a section with just like logo and graphic tees.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, every so often there's Jurassic Park ones, and then I just pick it up every time I find it.
Really?
I think on the new movies all you like. The OGs, like...
Oh, the first Jurassic Park is great.
Introduced.
Yeah.
the world to paleontology, basically.
I mean, it updated the public's perception of dinosaurs.
Because then that was cutting edge. Like, this is what dinosaurs look like.
Yeah. I mean, it still is cutting edge compared to Jurassic World, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. Even the CG looks better.
It does, yeah.
That's really,
From the
really
90s.
bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah.
That 90s CGI beats 2020 CGI.
The first time that CGI was ever like...
First time there was animals,
in a movie.
CGI animals in a movie.
Exactly, yeah.
And it looks better than what it's now.
Yeah.
It's not...
Because they were really careful about how they did it, like...
Yeah.
It was only CG where they couldn't do it with practical effects. So, yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time they hit it with rain and stuff, so it's really hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
They were gonna do claymation at first, and then
Uh-huh.
Spielberg was like, alright, I'll do the CGI thing if you can show me a T-Rex walking around in broad daylight and
Yep.
it looks real. And they did it, so he's like, alright, that's what we're doing. Sorry, claymation people.
Phil Tippett was the... he called it go motion rather than stop motion. Because I think they actually, he found a way to add motion blur in between each of the different frames.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, he's a cool guy. I've met him before.
Nice.
I ran into him in a hardware store in Berkeley. Because apparently he used to go there, multiple times every week to buy all kinds of plastic models. They had a huge basement section with just all of these model airplanes and cars and submarines and trains and stuff. And, yeah.
Big hobby guy.
I mean, he would buy those and then use them to do what they call do what they call kit bashing, where you just take different parts from different models and you kind of glue them on. I don't know, when they were designing the ships and stuff for Star Wars, there's all these little doodads and little bits of detail that they needed, and they would just take those out of model kits and glue them on.
That's cool.
The sultry sound of opening an ice pick.
Oh yeah. Love this song. You can do that as much as you need, it's fine. How's that for some ASMR?
Should do the trick.
Oh yeah. Cloud cover.
That's not half bad.
Good stuff. Just keep it there, please. Yeah. Oh, and what was Justin sharpening? Yeah, that was an awl. So, pointy tool, like an ice pick. What was the first fossil you ever found? That'd be a good question for the group, maybe. Solar pod. The first fossil I ever found was a bivalve back home in Martinez, California. I was probably 11 years old at the time. Just walking along through this park, and there's this little sandstone embankment. The trail actually ran, it was made of sandstone. It was right there eroding out. Some little bivalves, like clams. Yeah, probably Pliocene in age. So maybe a few million years old. But yeah, it's pretty stoked. And what about you, Ethan? First fossil you ever found?
I think it was a bunch of bivalves in the Wasatch Mountains.
Oh, nice.
Just walking on a trail.
Uh-huh.
Little piece in the forest.
What about you, Justin?
Shark teeth on the beach.
Oh. And where?
North Carolina.
North Carolina, nice. It's a very charismatic one. That's more charismatic than, oh, bivalves. Pretty neat. How old were you think, when you found that?
That was last year.
Last year? Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah.
13?
What about you, Fisher? Oh, yeah, we talked about your first fossil ever yesterday, I think.
I don't know if that was my first fossil ever. I remember as a kid, like going down into like some Texas caves and seeing like little like those little vertebrates and stuff.
Nice.
And my first fossil I remember collecting for my own were shark teeth and scraps of whalebone on the covered posts.
Very nice. Yeah. Maddie, what about your first fossil?
All of the stuff I found here.
Here?
Yeah.
Nice. It's awesome. Your first fossil is like dinosaur material.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What about you, Don?
When we were driving out from Massachusetts to Montana for my first dig,
Uh-huh.
stopped in the Badlands, and I found a Iguanodont jaw.
Oh, nice. Like South Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oreodonts. Very nice.
It was up in Boneland.
Where did Oreodonts fall out, Fisher?
They're artiodactyls.
Artiodactyls, okay. Even-toed ungulates.
Teeth designed to eat Oreos.
Evolved for...
So Fisher's an
Huge
Oreodont.
grinding molars.
Yeah. But then they've got like kind of rasping teeth on the front for kind of scraping the filling out of the Oreo.
Cusps.
Is Coryphodon an Oreodont, or is that earlier?
Coryphodon is a pantodont, yeah.
Oh, Pantodon, okay.
Yeah, so it's a eutherian mammal. It's not quite a placental mammal.
Uh-huh. That reminds me of this display I saw at the museum in Minnesota. It was about Oreodonts, and it's like, what's in the middle of an Oreodont? It's like a Q&A thing, and it says, meat. Because it's about how like almost everything in that environment ate Oreodonts.
Hyenodonts and telodonts.
Yeah, yeah.
Nimvirids.
Uh-huh. Nimrabids. Is it Nimrabids or Nim...
I think
It's Nimrabbit.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't think it really matters though.
No, it's it really doesn't in the global scale, but it is spelled the other way around. So NIMRA,
Yeah.
not AR.
Oh really?
Yeah, but that does not matter. So you're right, it doesn't matter.
But
Trivial.
shoot, there is a...
Trivial.
Like... Who's the... I always said Marocchinia. The,
Like Marochan ramen?
Oh, you're talking about Macrocenia.
Yeah.
Macrocchinia.
Yeah, the Litopter.
I've been mispronouncing that for my entire life, apparently.
Macrocenia.
Yeah. Marocchinia, I thought it was.
I think Darwin collected the holotype.
Yeah, that's right. Down in Chile or Peru?
Chile? Something like that.
Argentina?
Argentina.
Oh, Argentina.
Paraguay or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was near where you found the glyptodont, right?
Toxodon?
Toxodon as well, another Litopteran.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Toxodon's not Litopteran, but it's another known ungulate. South American radiation of hoofed mammals.
Uh-huh. There was a really cool documentary. It was like a mini-series that they did on...
I'm glad I didn't...
Oh, okay, sorry. Mini-series that they did, I think the BBC did it back in like the 80s?
Probably makes sense.
On the Voyage of the Beagle. And it's really good. You can find like the whole thing on YouTube. And it's had its footage recycled several times in other documentaries. It's good stuff.
Darwin's voyage around the world when he was a young man.
Yeah, oh yeah. Thank you. Sometimes I forget that. I was as much saying that to you guys as I was to chat. But yeah, when old Chucky D was a young man, Charlie Darwin, Charlie Dar, he was brought on board a British military vessel, the HMS Beagle, for a voyage around the world. It was like a 3 or a 5-year voyage? 5-year voyage, yeah.
Four or five.
And he was actually brought on not as the official ship's naturalist.
But as
That's a misconception.
The mate, right? The someone to keep the captain company for intellectual discussion.
Exactly, yeah.
And then the actual naturalist bugged out when he realized Darwin was getting hired. He's like, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize
there was
that.
a ship's naturalist, but he quit before the voyage left. Darwin got to take over his role, basically.
Okay.
De facto. Yeah, he was not qualified to be hired as the ship's naturalist.
Right, yeah.
He was
Which is crazy to think about because
studying
he's...
theology and... Yeah.
Originally, Darwin was going to be a...
pastor or something?
Oh, a doctor before that.
Oh, yeah, he
But
quit,
he
quit
was-
that and studied theology instead because he couldn't
Couldn't
stand
stand
the surgery before anesthesia was a little gruesome for him.
Yeah. He would faint at the sight of blood, or get very close to fainting at least.
Poor guy.
Which I can relate. I don't know.
He was a very
Well,
humane...
I'm okay with blood, but I'm not good at, like... I always had trouble with dissecting, so I get squeamish. So, yeah.
It's all blood. It's all. What do they fill it?
Tomato paste. Yeah.
No, what's the chemical they?
Formaldehyde?
Formaldehyde. Yeah, it's all formaldehyde.
Sergeant Miller says, hello there. Interesting to see streamers uncovering some old bones. See what? We're paleontologists here.
Streamers first.
I mean, you can be a streamer if they like.
Yeah.
It's a wording that I know it is not intended to sound like it's insulting, but it's fun to pretend like it is. It's fun to pretend like it's insulting. Like some streamers, very interesting. Just some streamers uncovering some old bones. Some old bones, you know.
Yeah.
Cows. So this is the same one from earlier.
Let's find some Cretaceous chicken bones here.
This is a thing
140 million years old.
And then I pop this thing out, and there's the orange. There's bone coming out from right here. Yeah. And then there's more bone in situ here. And it's right below this large bone, and so it's where I'd expect the potent stuff to be. I'm wondering if, it might be a stretch, but I'm wondering if those little orange things are teeth, because there's like 3 of them in a row, and they're recurved, and... I don't necessarily think it's the case, but I'm just trying to be extra careful here. Oh, hey.
Yeah, weird.
So this one's actually a pebble, but on the piece that Don has, there's 1, 2, 3.
Bone, but I don't know about teeth.
Yeah, and then here we've got a bunch of really not fragmentary, but really fragile black bone right underneath the big bone, which is where the quadrate of the theropod was immediately under the large iguanodont material, so almost stuck to it, but on the ventral part.
They look like teeth.
Yeah, they don't. I'm just being more paranoid than I...
Are you saying this was under where the quadrate was?
So the quadrate was found immediately underneath the pubis right here. So they were
Okay, gotcha.
And so here's another bone from the same layer as the pubis. And here we have extremely thin black bone right underneath the iguanodont.
That could be our theropod.
It's possible. It is until proven otherwise.
Yeah. Treat it like it is. I was saying that to the camera, not to you.
No, I know. Don't worry. You talking to me?
What do you call that scrapey tool right there?
This is a dental pick.
That's it. Wow.
Well, that's what Casey left it and said it's dental pick. So yeah, I'll take his word for it as well.
Okay, yeah. Interesting.
Do you have a different vision in your mind of what a dental pick looks like?
I mean, I've had a lot of dental picks that I got from a dentist and a dental hygienist before. They did not look like that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's probably gonna have to be taken out. This thing here.
It almost looked like an arm of some eyeglasses that have been sharpened.
Oh yeah, it does.
With that sleeve thing at the
Yeah.
Anywho. Yeah. Oh, and shoot. Who's that question from? Your Purple Urple, your name is yellow in it. When you highlight a message like that, it's like impossible to read. How many dinosaur species have been discovered in the USA so far?
Probably a few hundred.
Yeah, I'd say probably about 400 or 500. It depends on what you count as a distinct species, how many of them are actually valid. But shoot, right here in Utah, there's a good chance for me to get out that sheet. I'll be right back. Let me grab that. There we go. I think I was showing this off yesterday too, so deja vu for those of you who are here. Dinosaurs of Utah. We've got over 115 dinosaurs that are known from the state of Utah as of right now. And there's probably another 15 or so that are being dug up or worked on, or yeah, probably another 15 that we can count on, maybe more than that, in the near future being published. It's more every year. There's a new dinosaur from Utah just described. It's published on like less than a month ago from the Cedar Mountain Formation. Eoni, I think its name is. It's a little basal ornithischian, little beaky plant-eating dinosaur. So yeah, 115 just from Utah so far. And we are, this is a timeline on this vertical axis here, listing these different geological formations that we have here in Utah. So we're working in the Cedar Mountain Formation, which is, there's a tremendous amount of time in there, like 40 to 45 million years. So we're at the very bottom of the Cedar Mountain, very beginning of the Cretaceous period. And yeah, that is what we're digging up right now, an iguanodontian. And we're looking for this theropod right here too. New carnosaurid? It's not actually a thing. Anyway, a new kind of big theropod dinosaur, maybe medium-sized theropod dinosaur. Right there. That might be potentially what Ethan's working on right now. It's exciting stuff. Like, that could be our mystery meat-eating dinosaur.
Is Ethan thinking skull?
It's potential, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. like Jim was saying, think skull. Yeah. Yeah. And we have a couple people who are really keen to hear the answer to that question from Muso. What is the biggest mistake / blunder you ever did during a dig? Shoot. It's a good question. What's that?
Not with the chapstick.
Oh yeah, when we were in Wyoming, that was bad. Did not bring chapstick with me.
I was saying that was mine.
Really? Oh, for you? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Biggest blunder in the field, honestly, was probably. Yeah.
Plead the fifth on that one if I were you.
Yeah, I was gonna say one, but it was. I'm not ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a personal thing one time I'm not gonna talk about. Yeah. Yeah, involving a now ex-girlfriend.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Leave relationships at home sometimes. That's good advice. Anyway, yeah. It is a good question. Bad flip. I've never really had a really bad flip, I don't think. Yeah. I've definitely seen footage of other people's digs where they've had bad flips, but I can't say I've ever witnessed that in person or been party to a bad flip. Yeah. For those of you who are wondering what that is, a flip is when we have to when we're getting ready to take a bone out of the ground, we put a kind of a protective cocoon of burlap and plaster over it. So you do the top, and then you do the sides, and then you flip it over so you can do the underside. And sometimes when you flip it over, if you don't do it right, the bone can all just come spilling out of the bottom and just get completely destroyed. That's called a bad flip. And yeah, apparently it happens fairly often on some cruise digs, but I've never really had that happen on one of my crews. Yeah. And very funny, Gimplag. Oh, that was because of the error thing. Gimplag says, you know how everyone thinks Torosaurus has fenestra? That's because Danny punched holes in the crest. Or in the frill is the word, yeah. Shoot, that would have had to have been back in... When was Torosaurus described? 1898.
1870. Ooh. Triceratops, was it the 1890s? Yeah.
Triceratops was 89, I think.
Okay, I think they were described within a year of each other. A year or two of each other. So maybe 1891? I think 1891.
Let's look it up. I think you're right.
That's best guess.
1891, O.C. Marsh. Yep. GG's in the chat for Ethan there.
As in good game?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
GG.
Good going?
Good going. How you going, mate?
Good going, mate. Yanga.
Diddy ganger.
Alright, I'm really eager to just take all this rock down so we can get down to the bone layer. It's slower going than I would hope. Oh, and Marisa says one of my favorite parts of being out in the field is the amount of knowledge people have. Thank you for that, Ethan Rocks. Agreed on all fronts.
Thanks.
Oh, we got an inquisitive little bug who is going in front of the lens there for a second.
Don't call me that.
Yeah. But yeah. Blues Traveler says, oh, I might. They've got an emote that says, oh, I might. That's cool. I've never seen that before, Blues Traveler. It's good to have you back. Welcome.
Is Blues Traveler Australian?
I don't know. I don't think so.
How you going?
How are you going? What a delightful country.
Or is this good? He came out all in one chunk. It was wonderful.
Is this the thing that other weird bone was on?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Son, is this an off-seater?
Kind of what I was thinking looking at it.
That's magic, bro. Doesn't look that There's another one next to it. It looks like an angle. That might be a thing.
Yeah. Nelly, for you thought Ethan had fainted? He was concentrating very intently on something right there on the ground. I like to think the rest of chat would be more concerned if someone fainted live on camera. And the rest of us didn't see.
I was jackhammering like just about this level, so I'm glad I didn't go any further.
1, 2,
Ooh.
3, 4 bones.
Hot darn.
These two look nice. This looks like it could be the end of a long bone. Another long bone there.
Yeah, that's a major ribbage there.
That maybe like a condyle or something.
Very nice.
Brown orange stuff.
Let's take a look at some of those. Show you, chat.
The other piece that was on top of it.
Yeah, take a look at that. Fisher's got bones. Nice. Yeah, let's set this here.
Dude. Do the dance.
So we've got what looks like a rib right here.
That's from this morning, and it's
From this morning?
It's broken off here, so
Okay.
it's not particularly good.
Well,
But underneath it, this
shows the stuff is here.
is probably something nice.
Some bone underneath the brush right there. Yeah,
This
that kind of
might-
orangish.
And this might also be a fragment, or it might be part of this.
Uh huh.
And then there's this guy over here as well.
Very nice. Yeah. Dinosaur bones. Good stuff.
About time.
Yeah.
Spent
Seriously, yeah, we've been digging here for.
a week going
I
through.
guess if you're up, maybe if Marisa's still on.
Yeah, yeah.
Show her.
Yeah, Marisa, you still here? Let's take a look.
Give her a tour. She'll at least recognize the area where the poles are here.
Uh huh.
It was in between us.
Right.
And then she found those little bones that I thought was maybe part of a neural arch, which I still do. I think, part of the top of the vertebra, part that you feel on your backbone when you feel those little bumps.
Yeah.
So that's sitting on top, but what it was sitting on top of is this big bone, which unfortunately I think is just a big shaft of a long bone, like a femur.
Looks weirdly flat for
yeah,
a femur,
it's
though.
weird flat, but it's it's been squanched,
Uh huh.
stepped on. I mean, you can see it's got a weird.
Yeah. The stepped on, not recently, stepped on
Yeah.
probably by another dinosaur 140
The
million years ago.
end of it's broken off there, and then
Yeah.
this end under here where I made the little cap is broken off. There's a little fragment there of something, maybe a rib. And then over here, there's another little bone. We're not quite sure, maybe a cervical rib or another part of a vertebra. Little round nugget here, and then this is the end of probably a tibia.
Nice.
So there, and it goes over here, and then there's a rib lying on top of it.
Uh-huh.
So this is pretty much right where Marisa was sitting, and we knew that there'd probably be a bunch of bone underneath. So
Yep.
she gets partial credit because she removed all of the rock on top of it.
Very nice.
And it's okay, because if she started hitting this, I would have stolen it from her, even if she was here. So
So thank you, Marisa, for moving that rock.
I'd be like, why don't you go over there? But I think he's got his stuff there. I mean, the nice thing is we got all this, and then as we go that way, we know underneath where all my junk is that's going to be the bone layer under there. So
Nice.
we've got a lot of prime real estate to start to investigate here. So
Shoot. Good stuff.
yeah.
How long do you think it'll take till we get the? Will we try to do that tomorrow before you leave? Take out that finger?
No, I don't think that's going to happen. Just because of all these other bones.
Yeah.
So
So we'll just do that while you're back in. Back
yeah.
home. Okay.
We'll see what Jim wants to do, but yeah, we'll keep moving around. I mean, often this will take a while.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think if I was here, we'd still be looking at a couple days before I was ready to,
Yeah.
because when you think about, this is the edge
Plunging
here
underneath.
now, we need to be this far below probably before we really start
That
to
pedestal.
do the pedestal and jacket. So
Yeah.
got to remove quite a bit more.
Yeah.
So the hard part's usually the uphill side.
Mhm.
This lower stuff is crumblier. It'll be much easier to trench down there.
Right.
But you want
Yeah,
to
got
leave
those
that.
big old blocks up
It's
there.
the back is where you got to keep
Yeah.
working on. And knowing the way this quarry is, there's going to be more bone under there. So sometimes you actually don't want to find any more bone because you're trying to get around something.
Right.
And that's the way Murphy works.
Right.
Trying not to.
I hate that guy.
A couple
Laws.
years ago when we had Eduardo, I kept saying, "Stop finding bone," and he'd be like, "Ah, I found another one." I'm like, "Stop it!"
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have.
Nice. Yeah. Well, cool. Thanks for showing us, Tom.
Sure.
Yeah, and thank you, Marisa, for being out here and
And
spending some time here.
Yeah. Getting down to the bone level for us.
Yeah. Nice. So I'm hoping, since it does, again, it's sloping in this direction, so the deepest we're going to have to dig to find any bone is going to be right along there, and that's exactly where I've been working. But Ethan's finding some stuff, and that's a good sign. Yeah. It's probably right underneath my knees, honestly, is where we're going to start finding bone. We should just start digging there. But I've been trying to peel away all this stuff on top so that we can just get down to the bone layer nice and easy. So, like, do I do it now or do I do it later, you know? Yeah. Anywho. Yeah. Good stuff. Back over here. Let's set up our camera again where it was. Joys of digging dinosaurs. Yeah. And Frozniak says if that turns into one big bone pile, which it basically is, it's not a fast-moving river 140 million years ago. This would have been a kind of a swamp, or a marsh, or a wetlands, or something like that. Kind of a swampy area where you had different dinosaurs walking around, living and dying, and doing their thing.
It was all together. Hey man, if you saw the fish skull bones from the almond, then I feel like I used to be have more confidence in really soft. Oh, it's way softer than this.
Yeah. And Izzy, thank you for the 18 months of support. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. And are there any dinosaur fossils in eastern Canada?
East Germany, yeah.
Eastern Canada, not very many. Shoot.
Maybe tracks, I think.
Maybe?
I think that's like a lot of that's like shield. It's just like Precambrian rock.
Carboniferous stuff up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Eastern Canada? Oh, that's right. There is right.
Yeah, not a lot of rocks from the age of dinosaurs in eastern Canada.
Yeah, Nova Scotia is where they found those carboniferous tree stumps that have all the little basal amniotes in them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, like Hylonomus and
I think Archaeopteryx was the first synapses from up there.
Yeah, nice. Little early amniotes.
Westwood Vienna, I think is also equivalent to
Uh-huh.
Maybe go ice pick or some of that when we get.
Yeah, we have some dig sites in Nova Scotia. Cool, actually. I don't think there's any dinosaurs up there, though, if that was the specific question. I don't know. I'll have to think on that for a minute. Let me get some water, too. And have we ever come across any human bones on any digs? No. This is from about 135 million years before even some of the early hominid ancestors were living, so yeah. Back then, our ancestors, 140 million years ago, would have looked like little mice or shrews or voles or something like that. You know, mammals were pretty much all smaller than I don't know, a watermelon. Most of them were smaller than like a mouse.
If we found human bones here, it would change the world.
Yeah, it would be the biggest discovery of the century in paleontology.
You could potentially find a human bone like on the surface somewhere out here.
Sure.
Just like how if we dropped some trash 30 years ago, it'd be on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if someone died here 30 years ago, their bones might be closer to the surface. But they're not going to be in the rock, right?
Right. Thank you for clarifying.
Oh, that little thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It was nice. It just kind of popped out.
Yeah.
And break it all.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yeah. Get the mammals. Yeah, there you go, fall machine.
It's hot today.
Inside joke.
It's hot today.
We're kind of running out of bone layer here.
Oh, bone layer?
No, I mean you don't have too much here. I mean my bone's on this surface,
It's on that surface. Shoot.
so we may once we finish this, we may have to move.
Uh-huh.
We don't find much more here.
She'll find something just poking out from
Yeah, seriously.
from the wall. Oy.
It's not quite the bone pile I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Maybe just I didn't put any ice.
Is this how the Jurassic all started? No, the dude 32535. This is how the Cretaceous started. We're working in the Cedar Mountain Formation. The very beginning of the Cretaceous period here. But if you're making a Jurassic Park reference, then
And this is exactly how it's done.
you should know that.
Grant's like me. He's a digger upper.
You should know that most of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park are not from the Jurassic period. They're from the Cretaceous. I feel like that's a cliche at this point. Like,
But the thing is, it doesn't matter because it's not a time travel movie, right?
yeah.
It's we get a bunch of dinosaurs and put them on an island movie.
Uh huh.
So people are like, it's just an inaccurate title, but I don't know.
I mean, what?
There's two Jurassic dinosaurs in the movie.
Brachiosaurus and Dilophosaurus,
And
right?
Yeah,
Stegosaurus
Stegosaurus in the sequel, right?
in the first one.
Oh, really?
You see him walking with the. Really?
Nope.
So when the Brachiosaurus and the
Parasaurolophus and
there's no Stegosaurus there.
No Stegosaurus.
Oh, wow, that's a false memory.
Yeah. That was people were really upset that there was no Stegosaurus in the first one because it's one of the dinosaurs. You know, one of the three different dinosaurs that everyone in the public knows.
The sick
Triceratops,
in the movie is
Stegosaurus, T-Rex.
In the book, yeah.
What about I think it's Brontosaurus?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that's four then, right? Triceratops, Stegosaurus,
And then
T-Rex,
then
Brontosaurus.
pterodactyl.
Yeah, that's a good
And
one.
nowadays Velociraptor because
Yeah.
of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now Spinosaurus has
Yeah.
kind of entered the
chat.
entered the pantheon of dinosaurs everyone knows.
Spinosaurus in the chat.
And part of that was due to Jurassic Park 3. It's crazy the amount of influence those movies have had on the general public's knowledge of dinosaurs.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you put a certain dinosaur in a Jurassic Park movie, and then, you know, every kid knows it after that. Not every kid, but, you know, clever kids.
Clever girl. The dinosaur kids.
Yeah. Yeah. And Glitchy says, what are your thoughts on the video game ARK? I've never played it.
It's terrible.
Yeah, ARK. Yeah? You have opinions?
All the worst.
I think I've seen some of the like images of some of those dinosaurs and other
They make
critters
the
in there.
sequel, and they look significantly better in that one.
Oh, really?
In the first one, they're just
I think I remember like iguana spines and spikes and protrusions on everybody. Is that a thing that they do in that
most
game?
of them.
Yeah.
Most of them have kind of that vibe.
Yeah, they're not going
Surprisingly,
for
the iguanodont has really long legs, but skinny. But other than that, the iguanodont in ARK is actually pretty okay.
Huh.
But
Okay.
most everything else is just
Yeah.
egregious.
Yeah. What do you think, Maddie?
Definitely not going for realism.
Yeah.
If you want a realistic, or at least fairly realistic, dinosaur video game, I would suggest Path of Titans.
Have you ever played Saurian?
That's a
no,
great
but
one.
I've heard of.
I
I've-
love Saurian.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the few games I ever play on stream. It'll be like once every 6 months or something. I'll play some Saurian.
You gotta just come
You want
up
a
with the T-Rex.
Yeah, I want a bone.
There you go.
Nice.
Have fun.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Well, I want to see a bone. I don't necessarily
Oh, yeah.
want to work it.
Here's a bone. And if you want to work it, enjoy.
Yeah, looks
Let's
like
take a
all
look at
my
that.
siblings have
Entered the chat.
tuned in.
Nice.
Who's?
All
the
my
Blue
siblings-
Clan.
Oh, very
all
nice.
the Blue Clan.
Yeah.
The ones that are at least.
Yeah. There we go. That's not the prettiest bone in the world, but it is.
Well, it obviously might be.
I mean, this is matrix underneath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that could turn into something.
that very well may be a bird or end of something. Or It's in the. I mean, it's basically in the good layer zone.
Right.
And it's orange, so that's a good sign.
Huh. Nice. Very nice. And I'm glad that we didn't put the nail straight through it.
Yeah. If you wanna stream and don't want to dig up going right now, that's fair. But I'll let you decide what you want to do. Just thought that after all these days,
That's kind of in the.
You might enjoy a fossil.
Yeah. Why don't we do that? Put that like that. Clean out the area here.
All the rubble to the right of it, I'll take out.
Okay.
Got to empty my bucket with it.
Yeah. Nice. I don't know if this is going to turn into anything, but it's cool to see.
Oh wow, that really gets in there. That nice rock.
Oyster knife? Yeah, no, it's fantastic. You should get some of these for the almond.
For real.
It used to be so much sharper, like it came to such a pointier point when I first started using it, but this thing's probably close to 7 or 8 years old at least. Maybe closer to 10.
Wow, it really gets in there.
Yeah. There's a reason I use these.
Yeah. An ice pick seems like a very dull instrument compared to that.
I mean, it's just thin enough that you can really get into cracks well
You
with
can
it.
split layers much easily.
Yeah.
More easily, let's say.
And you can kind of do it more gently because doesn't have as, it's not cylindrical like an ice pick.
Oh wow, it's 4:45.
Jeez.
That flew by.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Yahoo!
The Oyster Knife Company. There you go, SB, yeah.
Oyster knife.
Shit, if I could get sponsored by OXO, that would be pretty cool.
Oxo.
Like, I don't eat oysters, yuck, but I do use oyster knives. They would actually hate that. I'm not a good candidate for, like, being a shill for...
Oyster schiller.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could just get this crap.
I'm coveting my neighbor's fossils right now.
You can work here if you want, if
No,
you're
that's-
getting covetous.
That's all you. What you want. It's kind of in your zone, so. Yeah, this is
I want to break up this big block of matrix here first. There we go.
These are like 88 skull bones.
There you go, Blackman's Mustard. Yeah.
There's so many more too.
And here, I gotta make sure that this nail is in there really good.
Yeah. Just bunch of random stuff. So cool. Fragile, rare stuff.
Well, they're also just so pristine.
They're beautiful, yeah. That's as good as it gets.
Like this crazy little gray that's like that's just
I think the best part about saurian is
Shiny.
maybe triceratops look like little watermelons.
They are kind of stripy like watermelons, yeah.
Green and stripy.
Yeah. No, the ontogeny is one of the coolest parts of that game for sure.
Yeah.
It's pretty excellent.
Do you end up being a Torosaurus?
No,
know.
because it's Triceratoptorsus. So, like, you only get Torosaurus in the lower Hell Creek.
That ain't true.
Well,
As of, citing unpublished.
Really?
PersCom 2022.
okay.
Unpublished data.
You've got a Toro from the upper?
Not myself.
Okay.
It exists.
Okay. I'm excited to see it.
But it doesn't exist as long as it hasn't been published. So.
Right. Just like how our fenestrated Triceratops don't exist until
Yeah.
they're published.
Exactly.
Yeah. And let's see, did we get a raid here? We did. From Bonsai Baby. Hey. Welcome to Paleontologizing. We're digging dinosaurs here in eastern Utah, and you've joined us at a good time. I'm digging up a bone right now.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Especially when you're alive.
True. Although, I don't know, these dinosaurs are not alive, and yet still...
Look at the special treatment you're getting.
I know. I can only dream of getting treatment like this after I die. You know? 140 million years later. Oh, woodworking. Very nice, bonsai baby. Well, cool. I hope you had a good time with that. It's great to have you here. What kind of woodworking, if you don't mind me asking? What kind of wood were you working with, and what were you making? Really doesn't
not look like much?
No. I'm not being ungrateful, it just doesn't.
Yeah. I think that may surprise us. Let's kill all this stuff up top. Let me move some of this rock for you.
Yeah.
Because it is my trash here.
Somebody say rain?
Yeah, I mean, over in the distance.
Ooh, yeah. Looking a little opaque.
Nice. The separation on it is not ideal. It looks like. So maybe that's a bad omen. It is roughly where we'd expect the good bones to be, but we'll see.
Oh, and Amy wants you to call her there, Don.
Okay. Alright,
Can't just text him.
Yeah.
Give her a call. Yeah, we can maybe do another 10 minutes or so. And then
Okay.
start wrapping it up.
The wind is picking up, Dr. Java. It's actually kind of nice.
Loud.
Really got to tie that thing down.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, you did. There's a rope right there. Yeah, that was a... Maybe I need to hang my camel back off of that one just to have some downward pressure on it.
Maybe. But most of the wind is taking it up.
Yeah.
That's the downside of having shade in the morning.
turbine to supplement my solar panels in the winter. They really don't need supplementing on here. Shoot, I get so much sunlight. I've only needed 2 of the 4 solar panels. I could probably run all this gear on just 1, honestly. The amount of sun that we get. Anything on there?
Yeah, there may be a little piece right here. It's right there. It's just covered in mud and water. It's hard to tell. But it is bone.
Something. Is it bone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't look like a pebble to me, but maybe it is.
Run all 4 panels and sell the rest to the grid. Yeah. What grid, Neverwinter? Yeah. Have you ever found any gemstones while digging? I found amber before. Little bits of amber in the Hell Creek. And it's nice because it's kind of like a blood red color. Really cool. Is gypsum considered a gemstone? Because we find lots of that.
I think that should hold it better.
Oh, nice. Oh, although it's lifting the nail out of the pole.
Well, yeah, that's what happened in the first place, but now
Okay.
it won't lift it so high.
Nice. Oh, did you put a nail in the bottom?
Well, that was already there, but it was kind of...
No, I mean in the bottom of the pole. Because I can keep it from buckling from side to side, yeah.
That would work. No, I didn't do that. It was sitting on... The rope was sitting on top of the toggle balls.
Oh, gotcha.
So
So it could hop off of it? Yeah.
Oh. What the?
Just planked the nail out?
Yep.
Yeah. Wind. Although, it is keeping things cooler than it would be otherwise. Yeah. Anyway. The Spectrum, I'm glad you're enjoying. Yeah. And sugar-free, yep, we've got several big bones right over there. We were showing them off earlier.
This is a tooth right here.
Ooh, yeah, it looks enamel-y.
Enamelated.
Where did that thin glue go?
Yeah, that's a tooth. That's a theropod tooth, I think. Glue's right. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, here, no, for you.
Me, I see.
Yeah.
Thanks. Tentative diagnosis.
Let me know if I'm tapping too hard.
All good. Do you have tweezers?
Back in camp.
Gotcha.
Let's see if I've got anything.
Trying to pick something up and
Substitute
drop it into
for
place,
tweezers.
but it just doesn't really fit between my fingers.
I think your dental pick would. might be
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good
probably
for
the best move.
that. Yeah, no tweezers.
Is it theropod?
It's recurved. I mean, unless this is like a weird root. It's definitely enamel, so.
It could be croc, right?
It looks recurved to me, but I suppose it could be croc.
Well, there's no the serrations then.
Yeah, but it's not clear to me that it doesn't, because it's broken right there.
Oh, I see.
Good. Thank you.
Come on over here. Oh!
Truck was hit from too powerful now.
Oh my goodness. How do I flip this around?
We'll replace everything.
I think when stuff is small enough, you can like push one side and it'll actually push it the other way. I just feel like I'm sailing right now.
It's just those two that are really having issues. So that should do the trick, hopefully.
Does anyone have a response to the question of why there is not erosion between the layers of the Grand Canyon? Wait, what?
That's a creation, an often cited creationist art type as well.
Are they talking about the unconformity?
I'm trying to remember what the claim is.
Yeah. I say some wild things.
Yeah, so I
about
think what it means is that like because there's no erosion, it means that it was all deposited at once.
But there's
footprints.
Yeah,
there's actually fossil footprints in like the middle layers of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
so
and there's
unless
also
someone was walking on
there's the
mud underground, I don't know.
Shoot, what's it called? There's an aeolian environment in there where it's clearly wind-blown sand, you know? So like
Not all the same.
exactly, like very, very different kinds of
it
rock.
would all look identical.
Yeah,
one event.
flood deposits are like uniform. It'd be like, there's mud, you know? That's
now, if we're misinterpreting,
apologies if we're jumping the gun here.
If you're not what we're saying, and if you are, that's fine too.
Yeah. Oh nope, they are just a full-on young Earth creationist, I guess. There's like a big old thing of copy pasta there.
Welcome.
Yeah. Good to have you here. Welcome to a real-life dinosaur dig.
Yeah. No copying, but welcome. Copy pasta is that when you just post something else? Or?
You just copy and paste something.
Copy and paste. Gotcha. Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, if the Earth is 6,000 years old and humans live with dinosaurs, we would expect to find any evidence of human beings mixed in the exact same layers as dinosaurs, and we have never ever found that.
Not even once.
Been digging dinosaurs for a very long time.
But then they might say that we're trying to cover it up or something like that.
Yeah. Well, this is real time, so it's rather hard.
Exactly. You know. Anywho. Yeah.
Glad to have you.
But yeah. Let's see.
You want to show them the potential theropod tooth?
In a minute, yeah. Hang on. Let me read what they're actually saying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
20 plus layers that show no erosion except for the river that runs through it. That's not true at all, though. No, I mean, there is actual erosion that goes on. The aeolian deposits in the... shoot, I forget what that particular formation is, but I've heard...
The Vishnu? Or?
No, it's not the Vishnu... Vishnu schist?
Oh yeah, that's too low in there. Huh?
Yeah, the Vishnu is really, really low down.
Yeah.
Anyway, somebody can look it up, but we've got wind-blown sediments, we've got footprints that are like halfway up the canyon.
Of terrestrial land-living animals.
Right, yeah, walking around like on dry land. So yeah, the idea that it's all laid down by some massive global flood is bonkers.
Hard to walk on dry land while you're underwater.
Yeah, while you're several hundred feet underwater. Yeah. It's some like flat Earth level nonsense, honestly. Not trying to throw shade. It's just being real with you.
The source of the claim, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah.
It's probably time to pack up. It's almost about 5, I think.
Yeah, it's after 5.
Whew. Man,
so I guess we'll leave this for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this. I don't know, Ethan. I'm not super excited about this, being honest.
No, it's looking more like I dumped you with something than that I gave you something.
No, at least there's a little bit of bone there, but this is the sort of stuff that is not the most thrilling. Just a little bit of bone here. Here, let me
so confident we get good stuff over here.
Detach my camera from this so you can actually see. There we go.
Start breaking down.
Yeah, so there's that little chunk of bone right there. Yeah.
And then here is our tooth next to it.
Oh yeah, that's looking much better. Holy cow. Nicely done.
Glue!
Yeah.
And then here is my bone.
Tooth from a meat-eating dinosaur?
My bone over here is not particularly beautiful, but it is a bone.
Yeah. Good stuff. funny that some of these are just kind of plunging down like that.
Yeah.
Again, more signs of potential dino turbation. So like other dinosaurs are potentially stomping around in here, and
a lot of the bones collected from here are cracked and crunched as though they actually stomped.
Yeah.
Like the ilium you found last year, I prepared it, and it's like the whole surface is like crunched.
Really?
From probably
another dinosaur stepping on it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let me go up here and yeah. Yeah, anyhow.
I think we can leave all 4 of these together probably.
Yeah, anyhow. We're gonna start packing up in just a minute. We're already starting to pack up. Okay. So let me go ahead and wrap this stream up so that I can help out with packing up the site. So give me a second and let me... like this. There we are. Excellent. Yeah. Don't go away just yet. We're going to go right into somebody else doing some science, hopefully. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. Hope you had a great time. Hope you learned something. And hope you're inspired to maybe go outside and do some exploring of your own. It's a great big wide world out there. You know, you're not supposed to say this on Twitch, but don't stay cooped up inside in front of a screen all day. Go spend some time in the outdoors. Especially if you've got some lovely cloud cover like we have right now. It's probably only 95 right now because of this cloud. This is nice. Anyway, thank you everybody. Let's find somebody to raid real quick. There we go. Hoot House we raided yesterday. Let's see. I do not follow enough people on Twitch. Let's go right into California Burbs, why don't we? Yeah. And we'll see some birds outdoors. Let's do that. My channel, chat. So we'll see some living dinosaurs. California Burbs. There we go. Good stuff. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Hope you had a wonderful time. Hope you learned something. Thank you for your viewership, for your curiosity, for your wonderful questions, for your enthusiasm, and thank you very, very much for your financial support. Those of you who contributed, help support the channel, help me do what I do here. This would not be possible without your support. Those solar panels, and that satellite dish, and that shade tarp there, for that matter. That's you guys providing the funds for that, or even providing direct donations in the case of the shade tarp. So thank you. Holy cow. Without further ado, we're going to go right into California Burbs. Let's see some modern dinosaurs flying around doing their thing. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody, for another exciting live stream. But until then, you take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.